This video is made for adult collectors because, oh no, it's supposed to be 31 degrees Celsius today. Oh boy, it's gonna be hot. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I know this video is on like a bunch of breakdowns, but I still just need to point out one more time how nice this looks. I need to figure out exactly what pose I want to permanently display it in, but it's so cool. Okay, we'll the breakdown time. One of them's not in his vehicles. Oh, great. So the Legacy Prime figures, they have not been the most accurate things in the world, leaning super heavy into the G1 but Prime design language. However, it was also to most people's distaste. I like some of them, but there are a few that are a bit but the Bulkhead mold is one of the ones that I really do like, and I think it suits Breakdown a lot more than Bulkhead because of the militaristic style and the gun on his shoulders and stuff. But vehicle first, the older figure 100% wins in alt mode. This mean-ass, badass truck with Dark of the Moon Megatron's grill in the front is so awesome looking. This is the Silas Breakdown version, so it's all black with the grill, and the stickers I didn't get, nor do I care about, because Arms Micron stickers suck. I also don't have his Arms Micron, but I don't care. But this alt mode is super nice and solid. Even though it is made out of prime plastic, it feels fine and it rolls well even for the front wheels being clipped. I love the little step detail on the side and the spare tire on the back. The dark blue windows work well with this black, though they will cause some issues later I will talk about. Then we move on to the new Breakdown. No, not that one. The big one. This was available as a 2-pack that came with my favorite deluxe jet mold from Legacy, but in strawberry jam and toast color. I don't actually know where my windsweeper went. It's just... Actually, you know what? I just started saying I don't know where my windsweeper went. I see him. He's over there. There he is. There's the idiot. I went looking everywhere and he's just sitting there staring at the wall. This is a more... I mean, I want to say realistic because it's based off of this thing, but in these colors, it still feels cartoony. I like the colors. The dark and the slightly less dark blue are a nice pair with the gray and the black. And it is also a pretty solid alt mode. Plastic, though, on the Bulkhead mold has always felt a bit strange to me. It's not bad, but it's something that just feels a wee bit off in hand. Oh, also Minicon pegs, because I don't know, it's cheaper, I guess, to make the pegs hollow. But yeah, again, I think the old one wins in the alt mode for me. Not to mention in this color with the chrome grille, it's so cool. But enough about the trucks. Let's just get them into their robot modes and talk about how freaking weird each one is. All right, which one shall we do first? I'm thinking we do the old one first because we go in order, and this one is a lot nicer to transform. So this guy suffers from the Transformers Prime symptom of getting in its own way. A lot of Prime toys just do that. And this guy, even though he's a Takara only figure, is no exception. He still gets in his own way. So the first thing we're going to do is pop the bumper at the back out. Now going into truck mode is more difficult than going into robot mode, which is why I'm starting in alt mode, because I really don't feel like doing that on camera. But yeah, getting this guy just pegged together can be a bit annoying. Once you get that part out, you're going to sit at the top. It's going to peg in. Then you want to bring these side sections out. They're going to become the legs. So we'll just fold this panel up on both sides, flip out the feet, and then swing this around. And this will peg in to the like side section here. But this side doesn't peg in as nicely as this side does. Like this side actually clips into place and stays. This side doesn't clip into place and stay. So I don't understand what's going on there. But once you do that, you rotate the waist. Not a huge fan of how the entire torso is clear plastic, but there's Silas. There he is. I kind of wish they painted him, but like, you know, it's an Arms Micron figure. Nothing's painted on this except for the knee pads. But I do really like how they actually included this new piece here to go in with Silas in there. It's kind of creepy that they just stuck a dead man inside of this toy. Once you have the legs all done, we now have to finagle the arms out. So what we're going to do, I'm going to lift this up so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to split this section and bring the arms out. Peg that back in. Then we're going to bring them out at the shoulder while flipping the shoulder pad up. And if you don't do that, everything's going to get caught on this grill piece because this grill piece wasn't on the original. So yeah, bring that out while folding that out and then just swing it around like that. You want to bend the arms forward, rotate these pieces so that the hands are now exposed. Do that on both sides. Now the grill, the grill does fold away, but it's not supposed to for transformation. It just stays. I find this weird. But then we want to take these pieces and slide them out. And you want to make sure they are slid out all the way. Otherwise, if they're not, they'll push on the head and then fly off the toy. So once you have that done, you fold the head down, you bring this in, it will collapse in on itself. You fold the backpack up, and there you have Breakdown. I don't enjoy doing that, to be completely honest. What I do enjoy doing is this breakdown. This breakdown's a lot of fun.
So to start with, we're not going to take this off. You can take this cover off if you want, but we're going to leave it on. We're going to fold that up, open this section up, and then we're going to take the bulkhead accessories out. We're going to fold out the feet like so. It's easier if you leave them pegged in and fold the toes out, because if you're trying to fold the feet out of here, it can be a little bit annoying. So we're just going to peg that in and then unpeg it again. Then we want to bring this entire assembly down, split the legs, unpeg the gas tanks. Is that what those are? I think those are gas tanks. Bring this around, fold it in on both sides. Unlike my hotspot, which was heat wave, which was missing one of those. Then you bring this front section down here, and that's basically the lower body done. So with the upper body, you want to fold this section up and push the top of the roof in. Then we're going to bring the arms down, and then we're going to peg the wheels back here together and fold them up and into this cavity. Then you want to bring the shoulders out and then push the head up while folding the torso down. The shoulders are going to peg into the side of the torso. This is going to come in here and peg into the chest, and then you leave that down. And there you have the new breakdown. That's so much more fun to do than this. It's like night and day. He's a lot taller too.
Man, the old Voyager is short. He's so stumpy, it's really funny. Jokes aside though, these two are very different. One is trying to be accurate to the source material, but being weird in some parts. The other is sort of a what if breakdown looked like this in Generations. I'm fine with the whole Generations has an aesthetic thing, but I know there are a lot of people who don't, and that's fine. Sometimes you just want accurate, and this just doesn't hit that stride. I won't repeat everything I said in Breakdown's video about how I think this works better on this mold than Bulkhead, but the gist of it is the militaristic blocky robot fits Breakdown more. Not to mention they gave him the shoulder cannon, and the hammer was included in this mold, even though I've lost the hammer, please forgive me. He is very rectangular, as Breakdown was in Prime, but here it's rectangular in a tall way, as opposed to the old one where he was rectangular in a wide way, and I kind of prefer that for Breakdown. I'm kind of proud of that word transition. Anyways, the Prime figure, for some reason, never came out in North America till 2020 when he finally got a release over here as a Pulse exclusive, and I slightly regret getting rid of the Jet Viacon that came with him.
Okay. What is going on with bro's face? This is the little like pack-in that comes with, I think it's like a 2-pack of, I want to say Starscream and Bumblebee. I could be wrong though, but what is that face? Why are his eyes like that? What is going on with bro? Oh no, it's like he got ripped out of here and put back here. That's not the scale. He's gone now.
Yeah, so this mold I think looks nice. I mean, it's got all the shapes and the points and accuracy stuff, minus some things like the steps on the arms and the big blocks of wheel arch on the backs of his shoulders, but the feel of this robot is where it falls flat. The new Generations breakdown is much nicer to handle in terms of posing and just feel of the joints, because I don't know what was with Prime Toys and giving Voyagers ball-jointed hips, and then them never being toleranced correctly. I fix all of mine up after I buy them, but it is still odd to me that they chose to do that. I know it's like a cheaper thing, but like it sucked. He is such a brute though. I love the stature of this guy. It makes me want to get a knockout to go with him, which, funny thing, I actually have one somewhere and then I couldn't find it. But then I did find it in a bin of Lego, and then I took it to my local shop because it's the Arms Micron version, and I traded it so that I could get the regular one that they had, but it turns out the regular one that they had sold the day before I got there, so I don't have them anymore. Together, they are a nice pairing. I would love to see them try the Knockout Breakdown duo again on screen, but yeah, on looks, I think the old one comes out on top, but in feel and function, I'll take the new one any day, because the old one likes to break. So the windows I mentioned in alt mode, yeah, so they flip around to be 5mm ports to hold his hammer or whatever else you want to put in there, but they aren't the right size or something. That plus them being made out of clear plastic means they crack so easily. A lot of copies I've seen in person at my local shop or like just at conventions have those ports already cracked because they just love doing that. It's a shame that and the joints are just weird and annoying, because if they weren't, I'd pick them over the new one any day. The way I display these guys though is the old one in truck mode and the new one in robot mode. Anyways, articulation. New one first. He has a ball jointed neck that is recessed in the body, so it can be a bit strange. Why does he have a second nose? The shoulders are standard universal joints, so they rotate and go in and out. Biceps swivels and over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow and wrist joints. He does have a waist joint, so take that 70 Canadian dollars Stranger Things crossover. Hips are universal. He's got thigh swivels, over 90 degrees bend at the knee, and then ankles that can go forward a bit, back a bit, and then tilt quite well. Pretty modern, right? And then there's the old one.
Oh, wait, I need to make him a robot first before we do anything else.
Head is on a clear plastic ball joint that doesn't do a lot and is really springy on mine, so I don't want to break it, so I'm not going to touch it anymore. Shoulders are on ball joints to rotate, though the shoulder pads get in the way sometimes and you have to like hinge them outward and stuff. It's very weird. Bicep rotation and elbow bend, but not a full 90 at the elbow because of the weird stopper that they have in the joint. Nothing at the wrist. There is a waist joint. Hips are on ball joints, thigh rotation, under 90 degrees of bend at the knee because of the kibble, and then the feet can only go forward and back. There is no tilt. The new one obviously is better to mess with over the old one. The transformation is nicer, the articulation is better, but it is not accurate. And if you want accurate, you'd get the old one, but the old one is kind of expensive. And I ain't talking about just the Silas one. The regular one is not cheap either. It's kind of hard to recommend one over the other. They both do something the other doesn't do. I think it's easier just to say, what are you looking for? Buy one based on that. If you want to mess with it, get the new one. If you just want it for looks alone, get the old one. But that's my look at both of these breakdown idiots. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.